Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 2 of Raincoat Blind. Last time, we met our protagonist, Yuma, who has amnesia. He was knocked out in a storage room. We did some investigating, we learned about the basic game controls, and we boarded this train, where we met a bunch of detectives, and we also have a ghost following us around, though I don't know this ghost role. So basically, let's go and talk to this guy. Yeah, this guy basically looks like the kind of guy where he's either gonna be like Uncle Iroh from Avatar, and he's gonna give us some wise, sagely advice, or he's just gonna kick our ass. You wanna know how I got the laser eye? I got in the war. The war! The war!
What?
Yeah, no one wants to talk to us. Okay, what you have to say?
Oh.
What is it? Okay, no one wants to talk to us. Yeah, here I'm thinking, oh, people are gonna want to talk to us. Better save it for the next episode. And then all of a sudden, just no one wants to talk to us except Furry Hugh.
Listen up. The World Detective Organization is an extra-legal, extra-privileged organization devoted to eradicating the world's unsolved mysteries. Their branches exist throughout the world, and their investigations are handled by master detectives. As of now, there are roughly 1,000 master detectives in the WDO. All have powers specializing in investigative work.
Powers?
They are supernatural powers used in investigation, known as forensic fortes. People who develop talents such as clairvoyance or mind reading. They train at the organization to harness these special powers, which aid in their investigations.
And what's your talent? Super hearing or being able to blend into the furry community?
Those who manage to gain a forte are recognized as master detectives and given a detective deed.
In your case, light bright shoes, or in my case, this furry hat.
Which means, if you're a master detective, it should say so on your license.
Detective deed?
It's an identification card. Check your pockets.
I don't have one.
If you don't have a detective deed, you ain't one of us. Even if you got one, I'd suspect it's fake anyway.
Oh, hold on! I'm not trying to trick anyone!
Pardon me. He seems to be the only one accused of being an imposter. But how about the rest of you? If you require he has some sort of proof, then the same would apply to everyone here.
The hell'd you just say?
She's right. Everyone here has just met for the first time. Naturally, we would doubt one another.
Huh? First time? So, you guys don't know each other?
Master detectives rarely meet together. We each travel the world on our own, solving cases. I've never seen so many gathered together for a case like this.
And how do you know the exact number? What sources are you trusting?
We thought all of the summoned members had shown up and were about to start introductions. Then you walked in.
I see.
So because we're a minute late, we basically get the third degree.
Well, let's start the introductions. We'll include the tardy one as well.
What? You still want to do introductions? With the imposter too?
It's vital for us to ascertain each of our identities moving forward. All the more reason due to this perplexing circumstance.
Perplexing circumstance? What does he mean by that?
Now, let's begin.
Okay, finally, we can get something. Okay, let's talk to you, war guy. I'll talk to you, Uncle Iroh.
I am Zange Eraser. I come from a detective agency on the front lines, far from here.
Okay. Go blast with your laser eye.
Perhaps you expect an introduction, but I have nothing to say. Let the past melt like ice in an evening's drink. That's how I live my life. My forte is thoughtography. I can transcribe images from my memory onto electronics. That's all for me. There's no need for any further explanations.
There's clearly something extraordinary about him.
Okay. Who are you, George Foreman?
I'm Aphex Logan. I'm from the detective branch in the eastern slums. They call me a master detective now, but I'm originally a broke, illegal immigrant. When I was a kid, I was in an upstanding home, living an upstanding life.
Then you headbutted a grill.
My parents were lawyers who never tolerated injustice. They should have left well enough alone with that local mafioso. Because they went after him, they were murdered. Their necks were cut open, right in front of me.
That's awful.
I ran away to protect myself and jumped on a ship at the port. I didn't know where the ship was going. That was the moment I threw away my past and my home. I drifted to the slums and did everything I could to survive. I managed to survive until now, thanks to luck. With my natural talents, I was able to become a detective. But I also wanted revenge. I can't stand evil. But even if you ain't evil, I'll show no mercy to those who stand in my way. If I can't figure out the difference between the good guys and the baddies, then I just beat up both of them. Kill or be killed is my motto.
He looks scary, but that's not all. I think there's a deep sadness within him.
I can't share details about my forte. Just know it's kinda like radar.
That's all you're going to tell us?
You got a problem with that, you tiny runt?
Not at all.
Careful, Yuma. He's got access to glass bottles. He could do to you what Christoph Gavin did to Zachariah.
You sure are a frail-looking kid, aren't you? Pale to boot. Like disaster's got its claws on ya. You sure nothing weird is haunting you?
Nothing worse than the voices that are probably screaming in your head.
No way.
A detective's gotta be tough. How about a little training?
Yeah, he's gonna just suplex us. Just toss us out the window. Make us catch up to the train on foot.
First, you'll need to get used to stab wounds. We'll start with an ice pick, scissors, and a fruit knife.
Wait, wouldn't the scissors be a lot better to start up with? Because, I mean, with an ice pick, just there's a lot more force behind it because of just a smaller tip.
No thanks.
Don't be shy, runt.
No, really, I'm fine.
Too bad.
Okay, let's move away from Mr. Stabby over here.
Hey, young man.
Me?
That's right. Come here. Stand before me.
Ooh, why? Whoa. Huh? What's going on?
Love how we're going straight from the guy who wants to stab us to the girl who wants to hug us. There's no in between. Hopefully it's nothing below the waist.
Stay still for just a second. I'll be quick.
I think we need an adult. Zanga, I think we may need you.
Thank you. That was quite educational. That outfit fits you well. My name is Melanie Goldmine. My home is rather far north from here. Up there is a branch with detectives adept at spiritism. I was also active there as a medium.
A medium?
I can summon the souls of the dead by using my body as a vessel.
Summon a soul?
So, are you like Maya Fey in that you get arrested at least once a year?
Can you summon anyone who has died? Like, for example, the victim of a crime?
Yes, of course. But there is one condition. I require the clothes that person wore while they were still alive.
Is it a case of the last outfit they wore, or can it be anything that they wore? And what happens if basically multiple dead people had worn a piece of clothing before? Basically, like, say your friend borrows your scarf, they wore it for a week, then you wore the scarf, and you both die in a car crash. I mean, whose spirit would then be summoned? Would you both come back? Because it's like, hey, we had a connection to the scarf.
Only by wearing their clothes can I summon their soul. Hence why my powers don't work on people smaller than me, or if the person is far bigger. Overall, the size must match. Also, I can't abide outfits with no fashion sense. Filthy, reeking clothes are always out of the question.
Okay, in that case, I can't imagine her and George Foreman working together.
That sounds more like a preference than a condition.
Clothes make a man. They reveal all about one's livelihood. Like skin worn over skin. That's what clothes are all about. Consider that when compared to bare skin, clothing has a greater surface area seen by other people. Therefore, clothes are an expression of a person's identity and originality. You ever think about how you've never heard of ghosts being naked? Ghosts wear clothing because those clothes are a part of their identity.
And also for censoring purposes. Because I don't think any movie's gonna be that even the most R-rated film is not gonna be showing just naked ghosts, because that's gonna be distracting. I mean, basically, just the ghosts flapping their genitals all over the area.
Now that you mention it.
That's why, despite your amnesia, I can tell the kind of person you are just by looking at the clothes.
We're all wearing the same outfit pretty much.
Really?
Your uniform is undoubtedly an official one supplied by the WDO. And I found it fits you perfectly after measuring your size. I don't think it could possibly belong to someone else.
What if Yuma has a twin?
Which means I really am a master detective? Am I one or not? I can't figure it out without my memory coming back to me.
That's all I have to say. I'm the medium detective Melanie. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, let's talk to you, Furry Hugh.
I'll go first. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zilch Alexander.
And now allow me to introduce you to my persona, Lightning Bolt Moonshine, the Golden Wolf of the Alpines.
I'm from the Southern Forest Preserve District's detective agency. They call me Nature's Mediator. I love people, nature, and the harmony between them. However, there are times when some would attempt to ruin that harmony. My specialty is in handling those people. Have you heard of the chain of mysterious murders surrounding the dam construction at Soul's Lake?
Yeah, let me guess you're behind them.
Rumor has it that one by one, everyone involved with the dam's construction died, all cursed by a sunken ritual site. It was a once-in-a-century difficult case. The one who solved it was none other than myself.
Plot twist, I was the murderer the entire time. I just merely did it as Lightning Bolt Moonshine.
There wasn't much to it. The culprits were locals who wanted the rights to the dam for themselves.
They also dressed as green ghosts. I unmasked them after trapping them in a big net.
The strange part is that all 52 villagers were in on it. They all kept their lips sewn shut to protect the secret. I'll let you figure out what that means. When harmony between man and nature is disrupted, disaster strikes. That is one thing I have learned as a detective.
Nature's mediator. He does look like a good detective.
Yes, the furry ears, the furry hat definitely is a sign of prestigious investigation.
Though he suspected me, he still gave me a fair chance to explain myself. He looks a bit intense, but maybe he's a good person.
I'll describe my forte as well. I'm uncomfortable exposing classified information regarding investigators, but this is an emergency. My forte is animal investigation. I can control animals as I wish and recruit them for my inquiries. Quite fitting for the philanthropist that I am.
I just interrogate people by having a bear almost maul them to death. Emphasis on almost.
Though useful in many ways, I mainly use it to gather intel. It allows me to survey a target while remaining undetected. As a basic rule, I can only control four-legged mammals. Less intelligent animals are easier to control. I often use mice. They're the perfect animals for undercover investigations. Unfortunately, I can't show it off right now, because there aren't any mice on this train.
Not only is he a good detective, but he also has those powers. He really is impressive.
That is all from me. With love, I yield to the next person.
Okay, let's see what you are all about. Chances are this is the love interest of the game.
An introduction. Introduce myself. A subjective observation of one's own self-image, explained objectively.
Are you okay?
Did I do something that caused you concern?
No, it's just you seem to be having difficulty introducing yourself.
I rarely have a need to do so I was considering what approach to take. After all, is there such a thing as a self in the first place?
Yeah, your power. Make everyone doubt themselves. Doubt everything you know. Question everything.
All I am is a bundle of nervous tissue reacting to external stimuli. If I had to, I guess I'd call myself Pucci Lavman.
So, your name is Pucci then?
Names are meaningless. A method of arbitrary labeling for self-recognition. Symbols for categorization. Nothing more. To that end, it serves the same purpose as a detective deed. Or so I, Pucci, believe.
She seems a bit odd.
Most of the World Detective Organization's work is investigating unsolved mysteries. I was trusted with many bureaucratic investigations. My clients are mainly enterprises and politicians. Depending on the client, I use my forte to see if the transaction party is trustworthy.
And what is your forte?
My forte is known as audio aptitude. When I concentrate, I can hear anything from distant whispers, footsteps, and even heartbeats. No one is safe to speak of their secrets when I, Pucci, am around.
Oh, then did you hear anything suspicious at the station? Maybe we can figure out what happened to me.
Unfortunately, unless I focus my efforts on listening, I'm unable to hear things far away.
Oh, I see.
Constantly listening in on all sounds leads to a sensation of my physical boundaries within reality dissolving away. My already tenuous sense of self starts to vanish, which is why I tend to close my ears unless I'm using my powers.
Being blessed with powers sure comes at a price. Did she always act in such a strange way? Or did it develop after she obtained her forte? Regardless, she definitely has a distinct air about her.
That is all I have to say about myself.
Oh,
And so it begins.
this part of her seems a bit more normal.
Okay. So let's talk to you. Let's talk to you, Zilch. Okay.
Lastly,
Okay, yeah, I remember the
it's your
name.
turn, Yuma. Aside from having amnesia, is there anything else we should know about?
Show him the light brights.
I still can't remember anything.
Hey, we've got the brightest shoes on this side of the Mississippi.
If you really are a master detective, then you should have some sort of forte.
Hey, we have really bright shoes. Does that count?
I have no idea.
on, are you sure you don't remember? How about the kind of clothes you usually wear? Or brands you like?
Yuma couldn't even remember his name. Yeah, he's gonna know all of his brands. He always makes sure to wear his Gucci. He's always got to have his Gucci on hand.
You only inquired about clothing.
Maybe you'll remember after a few punches to the head.
Get this guy away from the fire extinguisher.
Aphex, stop that. If you knock him out, he won't be able to speak.
But I will be able to take all of his money from his wallet.
The perplexing circumstance we face may have something to do with his memories.
That's right, I was wondering about that. What do you mean by perplexing circumstance? Did something happen?
Well, something unexpected has occurred on our trip. The number of people is off.
The number of people?
I, Pucci, heard from the World Detective Organization that the number of master detectives on the train was precisely 5.
5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of us.
I also heard from the WDO that 5 master detectives will gather on board. Hence why when you called yourself a master detective, I was honestly surprised.
Yeah, watch how Pucci's a robot.
I knew this job wouldn't be easy, but there's already a mystery before us. This is getting exciting.
It's obvious what's going on. There's an imposter among us.
It's not me. I think...
Throw him out the window!
How about we contact the WDO and find out? It could be a mistake. It's no use. I can't reach them. There's no signal here.
Who could the uninvited 6th guest be?
It's obvious. I'm the most suspicious. Especially with my amnesia in this situation. Could I be the imposter? And I just can't remember? I am the 6th one here.
All right, I got it. Hey, since you're all clueless, I'm gonna tell you my extra sharp deduction.
Is it going to involve a knife? Is it going to involve a fruit peeler?
You may speak. I'll allow it.
Why would I need your permission? Whatever. Way I see it, the runt here ain't the imposter.
Huh?
He's too weak. He knew that we could easily overpower him. We could easily throw him out the window. We could just pick him up and just hang him on a coat hook and he's not getting down from anywhere.
It'd be boring if the most suspicious one is the culprit. The run must have been attacked by the real culprit. The memory loss is a side effect of the attack.
And the imposter's motive? Why would they attack Yuma?
To pretend to be a master detective and replace the runt on the train. The plan was going smoothly. The runt suddenly woke up. He got on the train right before it departed. The results stand before us.
Then why would we still have our tickets?
Obviously, the imposter miscalculated. The runt's gotta be tougher than he looks.
Oh, that's a surprisingly proper deduction. And I thought you'd be the most useless one here.
Yeah, but frankly, if Yuma got assaulted by someone, wouldn't they want to take the light brights? I mean, frankly, those light bright shoes, they could sell for a decent amount. Even then, they'd still be kind of interesting to have.
Why, thank you.
In other words, I was knocked out at the station because someone attacked me? But I don't think I've been injured.
Yuma, you can't remember who you are.
Excuse me. My deduction is slightly different.
Let's hear it. I'll allow it.
Stop acting like we need to get your permission.
I suspect that the entire situation is a test designed by the World Detective Organization. A test? A WDO exam officer has disguised themselves as a member and is ascertaining our skills here.
If that were the case, Yuma here could possibly be the exam officer.
Me? An exam officer?
Bring it on!
I can take you. I'll pass the exam by doing multiple choice. Should I punch A, your head, B, your gut, C, your crotch, Or D, all of the above. I'm going with D.
I don't care if it's the WDO or a hitman. If you want to test me, I'll show you what I got.
What are you trying to do?
For now, I'll check to see if there are other uninvited guests. I wouldn't want any accomplices lurking about.
And how are you going to do that?
By punching them. Yeah, Aphex is gonna have some good moments. I can see it. I can see it.
Let's go!
What? What was that? A weird feeling overcame my whole body.
No signs of the enemy. Turns out there really are just 6 of us on this train right now.
What did you do?
I used my forte, life detection. I can detect life in a 50-meter radius and pinpoint its location.
Okay, but if there is but my money's on basically. Yeah, I'm trying to think about this. Yeah, basically, it seems like it'd be too predictable to guess that Zango would be the imposter because basically he's the one that you would expect first and foremost. Yeah, in fact, I don't think it's the imposter because basically just really with how confrontational it would be, basically that would be just too obvious. My guess is on the medium.
The mechanism is a trade secret, but I can say without a doubt that we're the only ones on this train.
Talk all you want, but who can verify that you're not lying?
We're never gonna get anywhere if you start doubting everything. Use your own damn powers to figure it out then.
Because Aphex is incapable of lying. His mind, basically he got rid of the part of his mind dedicated to lying, just so he can replace it with more punching techniques.
I see. So fortes come in handy at a time like this. In that case, there's someone else with the power that can confirm if other passengers are on board.
Okay, in that case, I think now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next week. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you next time. Bye.